Now, a little bit about this evening. We were really fortunate 5 years ago, I think it's 5, because we skipped a year with COVID, that Iva has come to perform at Old Main. And the first time was because Iva needed a place with a grand piano. And by a miracle, we had a grand piano. Now, Iva has found more places with grand pianos who want Iva to perform. But Iva still comes here, and we just love it that she does. This evening's performance will begin with a solo by Emma Weishalla from Lewiston, so we're really happy to have that outreach to Lewiston and a performer from not that far away, but Lewiston and Galesville don't get together that often, and we're really happy. And so anyway, now we're here to hear Emma Weishalla open the concert, and then Iva and Satoko. Thank you.
gonna love it. I truly feel, we were just discussing this, we truly feel like coming home, every time we come here. So thank you again for having us. This is truly a pleasure. And special thank you to Emma. Fantastic performance. Just so you know, this is a very hard flute solo piece. It's very tricky. It's super famous. It's very tricky to play. It's very tricky to play that low register with the rich sound, and like we are nervous and your ear is just like, right? It's like very hard to control it. So great job. And what blew my mind, like last year we played the concert here, and after a couple of days I received an email from Emma saying like, hi, I'm Emma, I was at your concert, and I remember her because we talked, and she was like, she was straight, she was like, I would like to play next time you're in town. I was like, okay, perfect. So that's how it happened, so that was amazing, continue doing that. That's perfect, like when I was your age, I was like, oh my God, so I don't know if you have your programs, you do. Satoko and I decided to flip a lot of pieces around. So we're going to open actually with Alden Burton Sonatina. And Alden Burton was an American composer. He was also a pianist, and he kind of had this like grand idea of being like a pianist and a composer and all of that, but it didn't turn out really the way he imagined. He died in Florida, so he was studying at Juilliard, died in Florida. So this is one of the only actually famous piece by him. And he afterwards, after he wrote it for a flute and a piano, he arranged it only for a piano. So yeah, we love it. It's really one of the American classics for flute, so I wanted to present this to you if you don't know this piece. Maybe. This would be a disaster if I forgot to do this one. It will not be the first time that happens. So. I love it. And I have this glare, like it blinded me at some point. I should maybe a little bit move. Maybe like this. Okay. Suddenly I was like, what's happening? And I already wear contact lenses, so it's like, okay, so next we're gonna play a beautiful, beautiful piece by a woman composer, Cécile Chaminade. She's a French composer. She was a concert pianist. She was the first woman composer to earn like honorable like prize in French. Like it's the highest merit you can get in Paris, in France actually, as a civil or as a military personnel. And one of the actually critics says, this is not a woman who composed, this is a composer who is a woman. Which is kind of like, nowadays, like, oh, I have a problem with that. But at that time, that was like a huge deal, right? So this piece she wrote actually for orchestra, for solo flute with orchestra, and then they arranged it for the piano, and it's now mostly performed with the piano, and it's just gorgeous. And there is actually, there are two legends behind this piece. One, and they're both excellent love interest stories. The first one that I actually like better is that she actually wrote, she had a flutist lover, and he ended up going with another woman, and she was like, this was her present for their wedding. She was like, okay, I forgive you, and this is for you, and good luck. This is a beautiful piece. But on another side, it's still the same story. He lives with another woman, but she wrote this for him to be like, ha, I wrote this for you, and you will never, ever be able to play this piece. So, you choose, okay? But yeah, so, yeah, Cécile Chaminade concertino for flute and a piano.
so next we will play Frank Sonata for flute and piano. It was originally written for violin and piano, but virtually every instrument plays this piece because it's such a gorgeous piece. That's understandable. This was also a wedding gift, just like Shamina's piece was. A little bit of a, different setting, of course, but he wrote this for his friend who was getting married. And his friend was Izai, who is a famous violinist. And he himself was a composer too. And so he toured around the world playing this piece. And he loved to say in his introduction to this piece, he enjoys playing this con amore because that was a wedding gift. Which is interesting because it is gorgeous, so beautiful, so much love. But you also hear a lot of dramas, and I wonder what that meant.
That's love.
Yeah, it's love, yes. Thank you. And this is, that's all I have to say, I think. Well, he was also an organ player. So you hear a lot of writing in the piano that reminds you of a little bit of an organ, sustained notes, which makes me think like, oh, maybe I need a third arm to play this. Yes, you will see it. This is an audition piece for collaborative pianists like myself because it's very challenging and very big, and it's good to show what
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Let's face it. Like, we will see a piano. I'll be like, and she's like, she's like running on keys.
Yes, hopefully you can hear her.
If you don't, let us know. We'll adjust. But this piece also, when I heard it the first time, I like totally fell in love, and I tried playing it. I was like, oh, I need to sound like a violin. And this actually piece pushed me to learn circular breathing. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like when I'm playing at the same time and I'm taking breath, so I can play continuously without actually breaking the melodic line. So, so thanks to this sonata, actually, I learned a very cool technique that I'm still using, but...
so it's okay that you don't see her breathing in between. She is breathing.
I am. Right? Oh. So amazing, so amazing. Yeah, it's just, it's such a privilege to play this piece. It's unbelievable. So both Satoko and I played it about, 10 years ago, and we were thinking about this problem. We we never played it together. So this is the very first time her and I are playing it together tonight. So. And our last piece for the program, it's actually a very special one. So as you may know, I'm running this festival in Madison. It's actually an international festival that is celebrating women in the arts. And we present every year just women composers, women artists. And this unique utensil was actually every year we have an international call for scores, and over 200 people from around the world submit their scores, and we only choose 3 winners that come to our city, and then we do a premiere of their pieces. So she was the winner in 2019. So last year, I called her and I was like, hey, I really want to commission you. She's a phenomenal composer. She's actually a classically trained pianist, but also she studied at Berkeley, so she has a lot of jazz influence. So her writing is like a really crossover between classical music and jazz music. But she understands classical musicians, which is really important. So, so I called her up and I was like, hey, I really wanna, I'm gonna pay you, I want you to write a piece for a flute and a piano, we're gonna premiere it at the festival and you're writing it for Satoko and me. And she was like, okay, great, let's do it. So she gave us a score. It was about 3 weeks before the premiere. And we're like, okay. When we opened the music, it was like, oh my God. Are you serious? We cannot learn this in 3 weeks. We did. There's a lot of sweat and a lot of craziness going on and shaking before going on stage and do a premiere. But it's such an amazing, such a cool piece. I really hope you like it. So she calls it Hues of Spring, and she's actually, oh my God, remind me. Oh my God, where is she from? Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Yeah, Indonesia. And So when she moved to US, she moved to New York, and for the first time she experienced actually 4 seasons. So she saw fall, she saw snow, she was like, what is happening? So that was, this piece is actually her experience in New York as a young composer of color woman. She actually went to LA after I met her, and she worked in the film industry, and she was actually part of the team that wrote the music for Incredibles 2. So, like I said, she's very young, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be hearing about this woman. She is absolutely incredible, and I think there's a huge career in front of her, and I feel actually really lucky that I grabbed her when I did. It was like, okay, you're going to work with me right now, because once she takes off, it's going to be very hard to get to her. So, yeah, it's an incredible piece. I'm really excited to play for you. But Satoko and I, this is like a small digression. This is actually, last time we played here, last year, I was pregnant. I don't know if not many people knew, but it was the very beginning of my pregnancy, and I have to say I was like, not feeling really well on stage. But this is actually the very first, so that was the first recital I played as a pregnant woman, and now this is the first recital I'm playing as a mother. So, yeah. Thank you for playing such an important part in my life, you as a community. So, yeah, thank you so much.